Hey everyone, this is Jarkko from BLOODRED HOURGLASS, and you're watching Tuonela. I'm fine, thanks for asking. I hope you're fine as well. Busy times, a lot going on currently, and but can't complain. A lot to be done. It's just the start, since we're getting closer to the release of the album. This time it kind of did that because, uh, our main songwriter, Antti, decided to leave the band. And of course, we faced a new kind of a challenge to start with the next album. And for a while, we really didn't know what to do. But we announced Joni joining the band quite soon, or basically right away when Antti decided to leave, and things just started to fall into place sooner than we actually expected. And then we decided to bring Eero into the pre-production of the album because he's the brother of Lauri, and very talented young guitar player and composer. And Eero had a bunch of cool ideas which started to develop into songs by a group effort that we were all very much into as a group this time. And pressure, I don't know, I think I don't know how stupid it may sound, but I think we've reached a point where pressure is not present anymore. I think we can produce good albums after another, so it's kind of easy to just go all in this time with a completely new approach than what we've done ever before, and really happy with the results, obviously. We kind of wanted to create something different this time because it just would have been super uninspirational to continue creating the same sound. And of course we could not have sorry, even done the 100% old sound anymore, since there was a big change in the lineup. But there's a lot of new stuff. I mean, we get the clean vocals, we have more modern metal elements, even some metalcore stuff included, and we have some. I think there's a great variety in the song material this time. So it's really hard to analyze myself. It's just really looking forward to hear people or listeners' opinions about the whole album. It's kind of like you step into the unknown for me personally, but when the guys started to drop in the new demos of the tracks, it was apparent that I just cannot, scream them through anymore. The songs are so much more dynamic, so I just simply had to bring it in. And from the very get-go, I think I had a pretty clear vision what I wanted to do with the clean vocals. I wanted to introduce as much contrast as possible, and in contrast for all the harshness that you can hear in the sound, just wanted to create something more fragile, and just to get a lot more closer to the listener. I'm not a singer by no means, and of course I had to work on it really hard and kind of struggle with it, but in the end, quite happy with the results. And now the gates are open, so in the future we can do the same thing all over again if I feel like it. So but it was definitely a challenge and a struggle a bit in the studio as well, but made it through, and it's there, and I'm super happy it's finally introduced in our sound, because it's not like I've always kind of wanted to do them, but just it's been such a harsh stuff, so there's never been a great spots. And we tried on one track that was supposed to be on Godsend that was never there, but long story, whatever. But they're there now, and that's the spirit. I've kind of followed my own path with that, to be honest. I mean, of course, it's the good old In Flames always influencing me a lot, which I think I can't deny that, so why do that? But like I said, just wanted to create something super fragile when it comes to the clean vocals, and so that's sort of like my type of approach for that stuff. But influence is not that much, I think. That is the first song that Lauri has ever composed to BLOODRED HOURGLASS, And that was like a last minute addition to the album. And the original idea for the song was alive for a long time. I think it was already back in the Godsend days that he kind of had the demo of the song, but it was nowhere near complete enough to be introduced on that album. And it was nowhere near to be introduced on Your Highness either until 2 weeks before we hit the studio. He brought it in, but whatever. I've had the vision for the vocals and stuff for a long period of time, so I kind of just went back in time and tried to refresh my mind of what it's all about, and rewrote the lyrics. Jarkko came up with the name Tell Me About Yesterday Tomorrow, and of course it's about love, always out of reach. That's what it's about. Don't want to go into details, but I hope everyone can relate into something like that. And lyrically, I think it's pretty easily approachable after all. Gone For Now, I think, was the first song that Joni wrote for Blood Red. So yeah, that's kind of one of the game changers for our overall sound on this new album, because that was the first demo that he threw in, and everyone immediately fell in love because it just sounded, sounds so fresh and kind of modern and a bit of a metalcore vibe song for our stuff at least. And yeah, we were all like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is it. This will be huge. And I don't know what to tell about that one. I mean, another love song like the whole album is. It's just about lost chances of life and love. That's the main theme for the whole album, and it's stories of our personal experiences, song after another. It's nothing super dramatic or stuff like that, but it's just personal stuff. It's like a diary, the whole album, in a way. And yeah, very different song for us if you compare it to our previous material, but everyone seems to really like that song, so
yeah, I really liked it.
They are, of course, label has their own requests, and we kind of need to respect that as well. But yeah, they are the ones that are kind of closer to the stuff we've done before, and I think many people will kind of be surprised what the rest of the album is about. We just had the first review of the album like 2 days ago. That was 9.5 out of 10, so I think we got the first seal of approval is there. It's so whatever the rest, just fuck it, it's 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, but that was a really great review, and really felt like when reading the review that we managed to deliver exactly what we were looking for to deliver with the album. We wanted to, emphasize the importance of sounding modern and fresh. We are still melodic death metal band, but we kind of, wanted to get rid of that super traditional melodic death metal sound. And I'm not sure if Godsend was like super traditional, but we wanted to include more modern type of stuff and widen the spectrum of the whole album, make it more easily approachable, make it more straightforward, hopefully more catchy with big choruses and some sing-along stuff as well. So yeah, reading that review, that was like spot on.
Do you feel like because you mentioned, of course, that you want to do something maybe more modern and more groundbreaking. Do you feel like altogether this album is kind of your experiment to re-establish your sound? Or
that's exactly what it is. And yeah, what else can I say? I mean, you just summed everything perfectly. that was the plan, to reintroduce our sound, and I really think we succeeded well. That's Jose's song. It's the only song on the album that he wrote, and you need to ask him. but yeah, from the very get go, it was clear that it's sort of sounds a lot like a record closing track. So We have 3 extra tracks on the deluxe edition of the album, and kind of no matter if they ended up on the album or not, which they did not, because we felt that they just don't really fit that well into the album concept. They're not there, but still I feel that Until We Meet Again is clearly the last track of the album anyway, so
Yeah.
but it was not written to be the last track of the album for sure. It was just written to be a more traditional melodeath song. I mean, it's us looking up to the females of our now and past, and it's our appreciation towards all the beautiful girls in our lives, in our past lives. So that's what it's all about. I'm not sure if the album is super positive. It's about lost chances of life and love. So not good vibes, really, to be honest. But it's sort of like a diary, and we had some certain situations, personal situations in the band when we created the album that lyrically it just felt like these are the things that we just need to put out right now, and that's how we came up with the whole theme of the album. Just kind of automatically fell in place with everything we had planned and written lyrically for the album. Originally, the idea was just, since we noticed that, okay, these songs tell stories about females, and, maybe put a female figure on the cover of the album. And we struggled a bit with finding a perfect photo or art for that, but I had back in the days came across to this art in, I think it was Pinterest somewhere, just ran across, and I saved that photo to my hard drive. And now that we were looking for the perfect cover art to represent Your Highness title, I ran across that photo again, and then we brought it up, and I took a research, went back to the Google and tried to find it again, and I did, and I asked the artist Tattoo Sal, who lives in the US, and is it cool for you if we would like to use this as a cover art? And he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead, sounds like a cool idea. And so I asked the model, Cassie, if I can get her approval to be featured in our cover, and she said, yeah, sure. And also the guy who took the photo of her said yes, so it was sort of like a super struggling long road to the cover art that we now have. That was not the original image that was planned at all, but whatever, it's there, and I love it. A very good friend of us, Miika Saare, who directed and wrote the video, he runs this entertainment company, Tuonela Studiot in Tampere, and we've been friends since he saw our first proper festival gig in Jurassic Rock 2010, and known him since that day. And we had some talks about bringing in the murder mystery that he's doing for living into a music video, and Kings and Queens felt like a song where just clicked with it, with the theme of bringing in the murder mystery. And so we shot the band playing sections at Tampere at the Rivota Studios, and then we rented the Finlayson Palace and spent the whole day there shooting the story side of the things. But that was completely like given to Miika. Just, here's an idea, take care of it, handle it, do it, bro. And he delivered. That's something really cool. Super happy with the results. I'm super happy to check the email daily with them agency. I mean, Roman is just super awesome, such an efficient guy, and I can't speak about anything yet, but it's looking really good for the rest of the year and early next year, and also the summer is starting to form up. So it's only been a few weeks now in cooperation again, but it just works, just today I have the information that it will get postponed again. I think it's 4th or 5th time already. since the capacity of the venue can only be 50% and you need to provide the seats for everyone, it's just unfortunately not going to happen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play in Mikkeli. It's going to be our own festival or concert event called Black Box Mikkeli, which is going to be the biggest production of our history, live production so far. We're gonna play the whole Your Highness album from start to finish, and then do a little break and bring in the good old hits as well. And that's now going to be the official album release show on 29th of October. And tickets, 29 euros, folks. You want to see that show if you want to see anything. But yeah, back to Helsinki on February again. That's the next try then. But unfortunately, it still had to be postponed. I think that's the goal. We'll see how it starts. And but yeah, to be honest, that's the plan. And we wanted to do something different in our hometown, home city, and that's super cool how we got some partners in crime, big partners in crime. It's the biggest indoor venue it's possible to do in Mikkeli Saimaa Stadium, and got a lot of cool sponsors and stuff, and so it's going to be a huge event for us, and that's something that we've always wanted to do when it comes to the live production, and now we finally have a chance to do that, so I'm really looking forward to play that show for people.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool, even though it's in Mikkeli.
Yeah, well, what can you do? I'm not sure. Mikkeli is getting tougher and tougher for us, to be honest, because I don't know, we started as a band that used to play for friends, for 100 people, you know, and now it's been 10 to 15 years, and I'm not sure if the youngsters are finding us that well. And you know, times have changed, so Mikkeli, it's kind of like it's a small city to play now. About the wild people, I don't know. I mean, I prefer Helsinki. Sorry to say, sorry to say that. But yeah, whatever. Check out the new singles. Pre-order the album. Get a lot of cool stuff. Comes as a special box edition and vinyls and double CDs and stuff. And if you really want to see a cool Blood Red show, show up at the Black Box Mikkeli on 29th.